Is the thought of meditation boring to you? Have you tried meditation and is it just completely devastatingly disappointing because you can't stand the thought of sitting there quiet and nothing going on and trying to focus? Well, I have been there. I'm Natalie. I'm with Familiar Embrace, and today we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can use music to make your meditation more meaningful, purposeful, and effective. Because believe it or not, music can do that for you. So, first of all, music can affect yourself in 3 different ways. One, it can affect your body, it can affect your mind, and it can affect your soul or your emotions. It has an amazing effect on your internal rhythm because music is external and has its own rhythm. Your body is internal and has its own rhythm. And so when they match together, you can create a better resting heart rate or relaxing heart rate, which is about 60 to 70 beats per minute. You can slow down your breathing or your respiratory rate. So when you're doing meditation without music, you're focusing really difficult, maybe, on slowing your breath down. But when you're listening to music while you're doing it, you're actually allowing music to use the natural properties to slow down your heart rate and your respiratory rate. And then when you slow down your heart rate and your respiratory rate, you slow down your blood pressure. And all 3 of those things are affected by stress. All 3 of those things happen when you're anxious or even depressed and when you're going through crisis and trauma. So it is extremely important to manage those parts of your body so that you don't end up getting more stressed or anxious or sick or headache or stomach aches. So one tip for using music to help your meditation work more effectively is to listen to music that is about 60 to 70 beats per minute. And that is where you want your heart rate to be. So naturally your body and your internal rhythms will habituate to that beats externally. So let's talk about your mind. Meditation can be difficult because it's hard to focus and it's hard to pay attention to what you're doing. And what you're trying to do is create a new routine in your brain so that your brain can respond differently to stress and just life events in general. And one thing that music can do is create new pathways in your brain. So new neurons can spark from one side of the brain to the other because music works in multiple areas of your brain and it helps it to connect and create more focus and attention. There's a lot of different ways that we can attend to things, and that'll be something that we can talk about in the future. Um, but music can help you focus a lot easier than if it was just silence alone. So their music can be a little bit more effective for you. Something that also can make it a little bit more meaningful for you and how music works with your brain that also works with focus and attention is with your memory. And it's sort of like when you hear a song that reminds you of when you were growing up, you've had this feeling of being maybe really nostalgic. Maybe it was a song from prom or from a game that you were at and you hit a home run or something from high school. It can also trigger memories of happiness if it was at a wedding or a birthday party or some type of celebration. And music can trigger memories of sadness, like at a funeral or a breakup or a divorce of some sort. So we can use music to enhance our meditation by creating a positive memory or association with that type of music that we're trying to meditate to, so that when you go back and listen to it again, you're associating this calm, peaceful feeling when you're listening to it. So we need to use music in a more meaningful way to create those new pathways. And you can use music, this is my tip, to train your brain. And what you do is you listen to the same song or the same sound of music for each meditation, so that every time you hear that one song, your focus and your attention, your memory is saying, oh, that's right, my neurons fire this way. And then you do better. And it's like training, like I said last time, for a marathon. The more that you use it, the better you get at it. And so we need to use music to help our brains work better. And so music for our soul or our emotions. This one's probably the most prevalent area where music is processed in our brains is in the frontal part of our brain, which is called the limbic area. And this is also what I was talking about with memory, like having an emotion associated with certain types of music. And my biggest tip with using music for your emotions and enhancing your meditation here is using preferred music. Just because you find a CD that says spa or relaxation or controlling anxiety does not mean that that is going to do that for you, especially if you don't like those sounds. If it's not going to be pleasant, you're not going to enjoy it. So don't just look for music out there that says it's going to be relaxing or says that it is spa or meditation music. And quite honestly, I don't even like most of that music. I like acoustic guitar and or even any type of acoustic string instrument. So I look for music that has acoustic strings in it, guitar or ukulele or um, any type of like string ensemble. And I prefer acoustic sounding, and that is what is most pleasing for me. So I'm going to prefer that. So I'm going to relax better to that music. So pick preferred music. Um, so here we are. That's the end of our little 5 minutes. Thank you for listening today, and I hope that you try out the 5 minute meditation that I have, and I will post in the link here so that you can try that out. And it's supposed to be on the go. It's supposed to be something that you can listen to while you're walking to your car after work. It's supposed to be something that is kind of a little teaser of what meditation can do for you. And then there's some light piano music in there. So I hope you like it, and we will talk to you next time. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.